The Central Intelligence Agency, CIA, is a civilian foreign intelligence service of the United States federal government, responsible for gathering and analyzing intelligence information in order to support national security decisions. Established in 1947, the CIA has a long and controversial history, including involvement in covert operations, espionage, and assassination attempts. MK-Ultra was a top-secret program run by the CIA from the 1950s to the 1970s, aimed at developing techniques and technologies for mind control and behavior modification. The program was initially revealed to the public in 1975, when it was exposed by investigative journalist Seymour Hersh in an article published in the New York Times. This article and subsequent congressional investigations revealed the unethical and often illegal methods used in the program, including the use of drugs, hypnosis, and other forms of psychological torture. The program was also interested in using these techniques on American citizens to control and manipulate their thoughts and behaviors. The origins of the program can be traced back to the early days of the Cold War, when the CIA was looking for new ways to gain a strategic advantage over the Soviet Union. At the time, there was a growing belief among some in the intelligence community that the key to winning the Cold War would be the ability to control human behavior. To that end, the CIA began funding research into the use of drugs and other mind-altering techniques to influence and control human behavior. The program was initially known as Project Bluebird, but it was later renamed Project Artichoke, and then finally MK-Ultra. The methods used in MK-Ultra were highly unethical and included the use of drugs like LSD and other psychoactive substances, as well as hypnosis, electroshock therapy, sensory deprivation, and other forms of psychological torture. Many of the test subjects were unaware that they were being experimented on, and some suffered lasting psychological damage as a result. One of the most notorious aspects of MK-Ultra was the use of LSD, which was administered to unwitting subjects in an effort to study its effects on the human mind. The drug was often given in high doses and in combination with other psychoactive substances, leading to extreme hallucinations and psychological trauma. One of the most tragic examples of the use of LSD in MK-Ultra was the case of Frank Olson, a CIA scientist who was given the drug without his knowledge and then fell to his death from a hotel window a few days later. The circumstances surrounding Olson's death remain shrouded in mystery, and it is still unclear whether he was pushed or jumped from the window. Another method used in MK-Ultra was hypnosis, which was used to create sleeper agents who could be activated to carry out specific tasks at a later time. The CIA was particularly interested in the use of hypnosis for interrogation purposes, and a number of techniques were developed to induce a trance-like state in subjects and extract information from them. Electroshock therapy was also used in MK-Ultra, often in combination with other techniques such as drugs and hypnosis. The use of electroshock therapy was extremely controversial at the time, and it is now considered to be a highly unethical and potentially dangerous form of treatment. Sensory deprivation was another method used in MK-Ultra, in which subjects were placed in a completely isolated environment for extended periods of time. This technique was used to induce extreme anxiety and disorientation, in an effort to break down a subject's resistance and extract information from them. Many of the test subjects in MK-Ultra were prisoners, mental patients, or other vulnerable individuals who were unable to give informed consent for their participation in the program. The CIA also conducted experiments on its own employees and other government officials without their knowledge or consent. The full extent of the program's activities and effects may never be fully known, as many of the records were destroyed or classified as top secret. However, it is clear that MK-Ultra had a lasting impact on the fields of psychology and psychiatry, and raised serious questions about the ethical implications of scientific experimentation on human subjects. MK-Ultra has also been linked to a number of disturbing incidents and conspiracy theories, including the assassination of Robert F. Kennedy and the Jonestown Massacre. The assassination of Robert F. Kennedy, which occurred in 1968, has long been the subject of speculation and conspiracy theories. One theory suggests that Seymour Hersh, who was convicted of the assassination, was a Manchurian candidate who had been brainwashed by the CIA through the use of hypnosis and other techniques. While there is no definitive evidence to support this theory, the fact that Sirhan was known to have an interest in mind control and had been a subject of hypnosis experiments conducted by a prominent psychologist adds fuel to the speculation. The Jonestown Massacre, which occurred in 1978, was a mass suicide and murder of over 900 members of the People's Temple cult in Guyana. The leader of the cult, Jim Jones, was known to have been interested in mind control and had been a subject of MK-Ultra experiments in the 1960s. While it is unclear to what extent MK-Ultra may have influenced Jones and his followers, some have suggested that the program played a role in the tragedy. The exposure of MK-Ultra in the 1970s led to a public outcry and congressional investigations, which ultimately led to the program's termination in 1973. However, the legacy of MK-Ultra lives on, both in the ongoing debate over the ethics of scientific experimentation on human subjects and in the enduring fascination with the program's dark secrets and conspiracies. In conclusion, MK-Ultra was a highly secretive and controversial program that was run by the CIA in the United States from the 1950s to the 1970s. The program's goal was to develop techniques and technologies for mind control and behavior modification, with the aim of creating a new kind of spy or assassin who could be programmed to carry out missions without their knowledge or consent. The methods used in MK-Ultra were highly unethical and included the use of drugs, hypnosis, electroshock therapy, sensory deprivation, and other forms of psychological torture. The program was exposed in the 1970s, leading to public outcry and congressional investigations. While the full extent of the program's activities and effects may never be fully known, it remains a chilling reminder of the dangers of unchecked government power and the ethical implications of scientific experimentation on human subjects.